Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. I'm Eddie the Chump and today we'll be discussing the future of Trials. Now before we get started, I'd like to thank Wish You Luck for carrying my fat ass through a run to the lighthouse. You can see it on his VOD from Saturday, it's kind of funny. I do literally nothing but make mistakes and then his chat tell him about the Your Overwatch channel and he proceeds to jokingly shout at me for not telling him who I was. It's all fun and Wish is a great guy, so again, thanks to him for carrying me. With that said, now that I've been to the lighthouse and I did it all by myself with no help from anyone, I feel I'm informed enough to speak about the future of this beloved mode with authority. So here's what we do know. Trials will be returning in Destiny 2, but the word on the street is it won't be called Trials of Osiris. Instead it's going to be called Trials of the Nine. Now we know that we're getting some Osiris themed content coming very quickly after release in one of the early expansions. My guess is that that will actually be story and PvE centered content instead of a PvP mode, and there have been interviews done with Bungie devs that hint at a Trials-like mode being released very close to the launch window, if not in fact at launch. Luke Smith couldn't even imagine shipping the game without it as an essential part of the experience. All of that's great, but I have this nagging thought at the back of my mind. With the Crucible being so comprehensively reworked into a much more hardcore smaller team format, does Destiny 2 even need Trials? Now before the pitchforks come out, I understand, people love Trials. It kept the game popular on Twitch for years and was a major source of pride for the players who could actually make it all the way to the lighthouse. Its loot was for the most part highly sought after, and being able to finish it was seen as a badge of honor. In many ways it functioned like a ranked mode. You could clearly tell who had the chops to go to the lighthouse from the emblems, weapons and armor they'd be sporting, and that element of it, the bragging rights, the prestige and the elite nature of the high level competition present, is what kept people interested. That absolutely should be kept, but my point is, if the general Crucible experience is going to be so much more hardcore, will some of that thunder be stolen? Will it be stolen further if there is an eventual ranked mode with its own rewards that turns up? Now that isn't certain by any stretch, it's just an idea a lot of the PvP community have asked for in the past, but if it does happen, where does that leave Trials? Now it could just be relegated to the tier of Iron Banner, for example. It's great while it lasts and the loot is cool. There's nothing wrong with that, especially if the new Trials loot isn't available anywhere else, just like it was in the first game. But Trials is basically a small team elimination mode. The progressively tiered matchmaking is what makes it interesting. Completing the card is what matters. And I guess if that remained and was the only part of Destiny 2's PvP that worked that way, it would still be very compelling. If a ranked mode does materialize, however, are there not more compelling game types that are inherently more interesting in a competitive sense than what essentially boils down to small team elimination? The new countdown mode is basically search and destroy. Well, it's very similar anyway. That bomb defuse scenario is the heart of a truly massive esport in CSGO. For all we know, the Trials rule set might not even be elimination in Destiny 2 for this very reason. Would the community react badly to having this mode changed? Bungie have a tough time with taking the best parts of the first game and incorporating new mechanics in the new one. Change too much and people will be unhappy. Don't change enough and that's a problem too. One change to Trials that we do know about is that it will be 4v4 like the other modes. So if that's the case, what about it will make it stand out? I guess my whole thought process right now is, perhaps not a lot. Once again, I'm sure this will spark discussion in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. Am I off base with these ideas? Or are you also thinking along the same lines? I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please don't forget to leave a rating. If you never want to miss another video of ours again, please click the bell icon next to the subscribe button on our channel to join the notification squad. You'll be in good company. And finally, please check out our Twitter. It's where you can find updates about new videos and other good stuff. I've been Eddie the Chump, and until next time.